Lyft has become sort of a bellwether of what's going on in the country in terms of transportation, but the Omicron and everything else, and you're sort of seeing that, I think, in some of these results. What was fascinating to me was that your riders are actually spending more per ride than before, and that's actually driven up the revenue. But what do you think that looks like over the next 12 months? Does that continue apace?
Yeah, I'd say on the rider side, we'll see more riders come back. If you look at, weather conditions, it affects our bike business, which ticks down in the winter months. But we actually added 6 million riders in Q4 year over year. And so, yeah, people are getting back out there. You're seeing mask mandates and in certain states. So feeling quite good about the year ahead.
In terms, though, of spending, in terms of price, do you imagine that price per ride comes down? I mean, does it go up? I mean, this is part of the inflation story that we've been seeing across the country.
It's not just part of the inflation story. It's also the ride mix. So when you have less of the shorter rides or even bike rides, and you have more of the airport trips, which you do see in Q4 when people go see their loved ones and fly more. We saw, I believe, 50% year-over-year growth in airport trips, actually doubling year-over-year in airport trips. So ride mix plays a big factor in there. Base pricing doesn't necessarily change going forward. It could, but primarily I think it's about the ride mix.
Let me ask you separately, though. You have price of gasoline obviously has gone up materially during this period. How do you weigh that with also just the driver mix in terms of how many drivers you have available at any one time?
Yeah, we're also seeing much healthier driver conditions, new driver activations up 50% year over year, more and more people coming back into the workforce. And with dynamic pricing, it can solve some of those issues around increased costs and willingness for people to drive. Earnings are still at a very good average point looking back over the last several years, and we're confident that we have much better balance. From Q2 to Q4, ETAs improved by 30%, which is a measure of that balance between drivers and riders. Right.